ex-boyfriend's new girlfriend secretly set up a fake family photo shoot with my daughter, then told the photographer she was her child and posted it online. I, 29F, am absolutely shell-shocked by what happened last week, and I need to get this off my chest. I guess it sounds like an insane headline from some trashy TV drama, but this is real life, my life, and I still can't believe it actually happened. So, I'm mom to my 6-year-old daughter Lily. Her father Jake, 31M, and I split up almost 3 years ago when Lily was just turning 3. The breakup wasn't great, but we've managed to establish a decent co-parenting relationship over time. We have 50-50 custody, week on/week off, which has been working well for us. Jake has his flaws, but he's generally been a good dad, and Lily absolutely adores him. About 8 months ago, Jake started dating this woman named Amber, 27F. I was actually happy for him. Our relationship had been over for years, and I genuinely wanted him to find someone who made him happy. In the beginning, everything seemed fine. I met Amber a few times during handovers, and she seemed nice enough. She was always polite to me and seemed to get along well with Lily. But as time went on, I started noticing some off things. Lily would come home from Jake's place talking about how Amber says she's my new mommy now, or Amber told me I should call her mom. I gently explained to Lily that while Amber is Jake's girlfriend and important to him, I'm her mom, and that won't change. I mentioned these comments to Jake, who brushed it off saying Lily was probably just confused or misunderstood something Amber said. Then came the social media stuff. Amber started posting a lot of pictures with Lily on her Instagram, like an uncomfortable amount. Most were just normal photos from outings or at home, but the captions were weird. Stuff like, Sunday fun day with my little princess, or nothing better than mommy-daughter time. She never directly claimed to be Lily's mom, but it was heavily implied. I asked Jake to talk to her about toning it down, which he did, and the posts became less frequent but still had that weird vibe. Last week was Jake's week with Lily. On Wednesday, I got a text from my friend Megan, who's a professional photographer. She said, "Your daughter is so precious. I just finished your ex's family photo shoot and Lily was an absolute angel. I can't wait to share the final edits." I was confused because I knew nothing about any photo shoot. I called Jake immediately, but he didn't answer. I texted him, and he responded hours later saying Amber had arranged a surprise photo shoot as a gift for him, and he didn't think it was a big deal, so he hadn't mentioned it to me. The next day, Megan sent me a few preview photos, and my blood went cold. The photos were beautiful, but they looked like a family portrait session. Jake, Amber, and Lily, all dressed in coordinating outfits. In several shots, Amber was holding Lily in that unmistakable mother-daughter pose. There were even some of just Amber and Lily together that looked like mother-daughter portraits that I was upset but trying to remain calm until Megan mentioned something that made me lose it. She said, "By the way, Amber mentioned you're Lily's stepmom? I think it's so wonderful how you all co-parent together." What the actual hell? I immediately called Jake and absolutely lost it. Turns out, Amber had told the photographer that SHE was Lily's biological mother, and that I was Jake's ex who was now the stepmom figure. Jake claimed he had no idea she'd said this and was just as shocked as I was. Before I could even process this bombshell, Amber posted the photos all over her social media, Instagram, Facebook, the works, and the captions, "So blessed to have captured these precious moments with my little family, and a mother's love is forever." I'm not exaggerating when I say I nearly had a panic attack. I immediately called my lawyer, who advised me to document everything. I also messaged Megan, who was absolutely mortified when she learned the truth. She sent me all the correspondence she had with Amber, including text messages where Amber explicitly referred to herself as Lily's mom. That I confronted Jake again, and he swore up and down that he had no idea Amber was misrepresenting herself. He claimed they'd only discussed doing a nice photo shoot with Lily, and he thought it was just a fun activity. But how could he not notice Amber telling the photographer she was Lily's mom? Either he's the most oblivious person on the planet or he's complicit in this madness. I demanded he make Amber take down the photos, which she did, but not before several of her friends had commented things like, "You have such a beautiful daughter," and "Your mini-me is so cute." I also found out she's been referring to herself as Lily's mom to neighbors, at Lily's weekend activities, and basically to anyone who would listen. To here's where it gets even more twisted. When confronted, Amber sent me a long, rambling text message saying she feels like Lily's real mom because she gives her the maternal love and attention I clearly can't provide. She claimed Lily is happier with her and that they have a special bond one wouldn't understand. She said she was just claiming the role she deserves and that I should step aside and let her be the mother figure Lily truly needs. Am. Livid. Jake's response to all this? He broke up with Amber, thank God, but is now saying I'm overreacting, and that while Amber was a bit confused about boundaries, she really loves Lily, and I should consider letting her have some kind of relationship with my daughter going forward because Lily will miss her. Are you kidding me? This woman impersonated me as Lily's mother. She lied to various people, created a false narrative, and tried to insert herself into my child's life in the most inappropriate way possible. I've told Jake that Amber is not to have any contact with Lily going forward, and I'm seriously considering going to court to modify our custody agreement to include a clause about who can be around our daughter. My lawyer thinks I have a good case, especially with the evidence of impersonation. I'm worried about how this will affect Lily. She keeps asking about Amber and seems confused about why she's not seeing her anymore. I've tried to explain in age-appropriate terms that Amber and Daddy aren't together anymore, but I don't want to badmouth anyone to my child. I feel violated, disrespected, and honestly, a little scared. What kind of person does something like this? Is this just the beginning of some single white female situation? Am I overreacting? Or is this as insane as I think it is? Sorry for the novel, but I'm still processing everything. Has anyone dealt with anything remotely similar? Any advice on how to protect my daughter and my rights as her mother would be so appreciated at Edit 1. Wow, I didn't expect this to blow up like it has. Thank you all for the support and advice. To answer some common questions. Yes, I have screenshots of everything, including the photos, the captions, the text messages, and Amber's bizarre explanation. And I know I haven't considered a restraining order yet, but many of you have suggested it, and I'm discussing options with my lawyer tomorrow. For those asking about Lily's well-being, she's doing okay. She's mentioned Amber a few times, but hasn't seemed overly distressed. I've scheduled an appointment with a child psychologist just to make sure we're handling this correctly and to get professional guidance on what to tell her. Jake and I had another long talk this morning. He finally seems to understand the gravity of the situation and has agreed to not let Amber have any contact with Lily. He also admitted that he noticed some clingy behavior from Amber toward Lily, but didn't think it was a big deal because she was just being nurturing. Men, I swear. Amber has been trying to contact me through mutual friends, saying she wants to explain and apologize. I'm not interested in hearing anything she has to say right now. Edit 2. I just got off the phone with my lawyer. We're filing for a temporary modification of the custody agreement tomorrow morning that would explicitly prohibit Amber from having contact with Lily. We're also exploring options for a restraining order, but that might be trickier to obtain without evidence of direct threats. Jake called me crying tonight, saying Amber showed up at his apartment demanding to see her daughter. When he refused to let her in, she apparently had some kind of breakdown in the hallway, screaming that she deserves to be a mother and that I'm stealing her family. His neighbor called the police, who escorted her from the building. I'm absolutely terrified now. This woman is clearly unstable, and I'm worried about what she might do next. Thank you all for your support. I'll update when there are new developments. Edit 3. Update. It's been a week since everything went down, and there have been some significant developments. First, we were granted the temporary custody modification. Amber is explicitly prohibited from having any contact with Lily during Jake's parenting time. Jake seemed genuinely shocked by Amber's hallway meltdown and has been much more supportive since then. The photographer, Megan, has been an absolute angel through all of this. She's provided all the evidence needed for the court filing and has even offered to be a witness if necessary. She feels terrible about being manipulated by Amber. We still haven't pursued a restraining order because Amber seems to have backed off after the police incident. Her social media accounts have gone private, and she's apparently told mutual friends she's taking time to heal. I'm cautiously optimistic that she's realized she can't continue with this behavior, but I'm staying vigilant. Lily has had her first session with the child psychologist, who says she seems to be handling things well so far. We're being careful to maintain her routine and security while not speaking negatively about anyone involved. Thank you all again for your support and advice. This has been one of the most stressful experiences of my life, but I'm grateful for the community here who helped me realize I wasn't overreacting and encouraged me to take swift action to protect my daughter. I'll post another update if anything significant happens. Hopefully, this chapter of our lives is coming to a close, and we can all move forward in a healthier way.